Hi guys, my name is Mabelynn Capeluj. I'm Miss California USA 2013. Well, I actually competed the year before and it was just something that I never thought I could do. And I just gave it a try, and last year I placed in the top 10, and even placing in the top 10 I was so surprised, and I went home with my mom that night and I was just so happy. And when I returned this year, I was just super dedicated and super focused, and I basically made my life about the pageant. I was Miss Greater San Diego USA for basically the year before I competed for Miss California when I won. And every day I was doing something for Miss California, whether I was like working out, going shopping for cute outfits, looking for dresses, or even interview training. Like every day was just something dedicated and focused to the pageant. And even all my friends knew how much this meant to me. So even when I placed in the top 5, I was so shocked, and it was a total dream come true because it was something I worked for very hard, and it was just something I really wanted.
I,
I would definitely have to say Alyssa has been my favorite Miss USA. I felt like I could relate to her a lot, and it's not because she was Miss California. It was because could relate to her because she was skinnier and slender, and she would always write about that. She would get criticized a lot for that, and she would write that it's her body type and not because she doesn't eat, because I know she eats a lot from what she posts online. And I can relate to that so much because growing up in elementary school and middle school, I was always teased for being so skinny, and I would go home crying, asking my grandma to make me like burgers and food and stuff for me to get like bigger. And it was just because of my body size, and I really had to accept that I was just skinnier than other people. And some people don't understand that my body size is a body type, that I'm slender. And I could relate to Alyssa so much because of that. And she's been so supportive of my whole journey so far. So she definitely has to be my favorite Miss USA. Well, last year going into it was my first time trying it. And so I felt like I was just like, when I would go to rehearsals, my eyes were just so open, and I would just look at all the girls. And it was just so brand new to me. And it was so exciting. And coming back this year, I felt more prepared. I knew what to do. And I had more life experience throughout that year because I was a title holder for San Diego for a whole year. So I knew what it was like going to events, talking to people, interacting with people, doing community service, being on time. That was the biggest thing. So that was a big preparation into going to Miss California USA. So when I went into the pageant that weekend, I was just so ready. Everything was just so easy. Nothing was stressed for me. And it was just something that I, in my heart, felt that I was ready for. And so I think that was the biggest difference, that I grew a lot as a person. And then also with my modeling, I signed with an agency right before I competed for Miss California. So traveling around the country has helped me a lot become more like aware, and it's helped me mature as well because I have to rely on myself and not on others. So I think that's what really helped me grow more as a person. Oh my gosh, it's such a dream. The first time I watched Miss USA was the year that Rima won, and I watched it at home. And then the next year I wanted to go in person to see it because it was in Las Vegas, and that was the year that Alyssa won. And it was just, I remember seeing the girls on stage in their swimsuits and just like looking up to them, and it was just something that I loved and fell in love with, and I'm like, that's what I want to do. I want that girl to be me one day. And the next year, I remember I went again to see Natalie compete because she was Miss California that year. And I just remember seeing the girls. And my friend Nana, she's Miss USA right now. She was one of my friends from before, and I saw her win Miss Maryland, so I had to support her when she went to Miss USA. And so I've been following the pageant for quite a few years, and it's just been a dream come true. It feels like I'm living in a dream. Like every day when I'm doing preparation for Miss USA, I'm like, is this real life? Like, am I really Miss California? It just still hasn't really sank in. Oh my gosh. Okay. So right after I won Miss California, I was booked for a modeling job in Texas, Houston, Texas. And like going into modeling jobs, I like to like get dressed up, wear cute heels, and look nice when people see me. So I remember I wore these black leggings, a black top, and black suede high-heeled boots. So I land in the airport, and I'm going to go and pick up my luggage. Well, the floors are really slippery, and my boot was suede, so it slipped on the floor. The side of it slipped, and my leg fell from right underneath me, and I fell right onto the floor in front of everyone who was picking up their luggage. People behind me, like, that just got off the flight with me. My mom was there, and she was in the back cracking up, and she said that I literally fell on the floor and got up in less than a second. I guess it's all that pageant and modeling training that they're like, always get up when you fall down.
Yeah.
So it was really embarrassing, but really funny. craziest thing I've ever done. When I was 18 years old, this doesn't sound too crazy right now, but I was tanning by my pool in my backyard. And my grandpa, like, I'm really close to my family. My grandparents lived with me for most of my childhood. So my grandparents were home, and they were swimming in the pool, and my grandpa's from Argentina, so he can't really swim well, but he's a very macho man and thinks he can do anything. So he was in the pool swimming, and he thought it would be a great joke to go up to where I was at and pull my legs in to, like, scare me. And so since he can't swim, he kind of slipped and fell to the deep drowning. And my grandma ran over to me and woke me up, and she was just like, he's drowning in the pool. And in less than a second, I had to jump into the pool and save his life. And it all happened so fast. And it was just so crazy that it happened. And I'm really thankful I was there to save his life, because I don't know what I would do if something would happen. Thank God, I was screaming when I found out the news, because I've always wanted to meet her, and at the 2 times that I went to Miss USA, she was the host. So I just remember always looking at her, and I was just like, oh my God, Juliana's right there. Like, and I'd look around, I'm like, I wonder if I can run up there, but of course I'd probably be tackled by security guards. But, I'm so excited that I get to meet her. Hopefully I get to talk to her at the pageant, because I have a lot of questions I'd probably want to ask her, because I want to be an entertainment news reporter. So I'm just really excited to meet her and for her to be there. Oh my gosh, everyone has just been so great to me throughout my journey as Miss California. This year has been a little bit tough and a little bit unusual because of certain things that have happened that were out of my control, but my mom has been my greatest supporter, and I am just so thankful and lucky to have her. If I had to tell her something, I would say thank you for everything that you've done for me, and all your love and support does not go unnoticed, and I'm just so grateful to have her in my life. To Cassidy, my little teen, we've been sister queens since, I think, September 2011, so this September will be 2 years, and I'm just so happy that I get to have her by my side, and I get to we've experienced our first crowning moment together up until we go and compete at Miss California, and we had a double win, and so hopefully we'll have a double win again at Miss USA and Miss Teen USA, because when I was crowned, she was jumping up and down in 6-inch heels. Hopefully, if I were to become Miss USA, I can do the same, jump up and down my 6-inch heels when she's crowned Miss Teen USA. And everything has been just so great with her, and I'm just really lucky to have her as my sister queen. And to all my fans around the world, thank you for all the love and support, for all the tweets, all my messages on Facebook and Instagram, and for voting for me. You guys have been so great. That's been my favorite part of my whole reign, is just meeting my fans and getting to interact with them via social media.